Who do you like better, people or alpacas?
Alpacas by far.
Meet David and Christine Rogers, the founders of Rocking Chair Farm, an alpaca farm established in 2014 at their home. A farm that wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. A city girl and a guy that didn't want to farm anymore. But love came following them down the fence line.
Well, we went to a alpaca show in Sevierville called Southern Select, and walking around these animals, there was just something different about them. Every time you would get near one of them, they'd come up and be curious about you. And we met a couple breeders, and they took us in their pens and showed us their animals. And one of the ladies said, "Come out to my farm and see what it's all about." So we took a trip to North Carolina, Murphy area, and went in the field. And one of the girls I have out there, her name is Jillian. She come up to me and followed me around like a dog all day long. Stayed right in my hip pocket. Everywhere I went, she went. So we go to leave. She walks me to the gate. We go get in a truck, take off down the road, and I look back in the rearview mirror, and here comes Jill right down the fence line following us as far as she could follow us. So 2 weeks later, we go back, and she hears my truck coming, and she runs to the furthest corner of the fence where she can meet us at, follows us all the way down the fence line, meets us at the gate, and stays with me again all day long. And that's kind of where I fell in love with alpacas.
This is more than just a hobby. The farm that homes 2 llamas, 3 farm dogs, a flock of chickens, and now 30 alpacas, after their recent newborn, serves a purpose for the public.
We teach them about husbandry, about farming, about where does their clothing come from. How does all this work? It's not just, they're not pretty pasture ornaments. There's a purpose for every animal here. And so many people are detached from that now. They have no idea, where do their eggs come from? We can show them the chickens their eggs come from. When they buy a product from us, we can show them the animal that product came from. They've met that animal here. They've seen how that animal is taken care of. We can tell them about it from start to finish. That's what makes us different. We do birthday parties, we've done photo shoots, we've done proposals and promposals and engagement pictures. Anything somebody can dream up, we can make happen. It's just a matter of how do they want it to happen and what does that look like.
Like a lot of farmers in East Tennessee, David and Christine work full-time jobs. Christine says they keep 3 calendars. It's certainly a balance and a grind, especially when babies are coming.
Well, for instance, I've got a good one for this. We've had 3 babies born in the last month. One of the mothers wouldn't accept her baby. I was getting up every hour and a half to 2 hours to come out here and make sure the baby was nursed. That means I would have to restrain her mother, put the baby underneath her, and make sure that, baby was getting milk. We have to weigh that baby, make sure it's gaining weight, and you don't realize how hard it is when you're getting up every hour and a half to 2 hours and then still trying to maintain a full-time job. And you're sitting in I'm sitting in my equipment that I'm running, and I'm thinking, wonder how things are going at home. Mm-hmm. So then I'll get out of my equipment, I'll run home every 3 hours during the day, make sure baby's eating, and then I go back to work. So sometimes it can get really hectic, but when things are good here at the farm, you can normally leave and come back and everything's just running smooth.
This farm at the base of House Mountain has had visitors from all over the globe, including Canada, Bulgaria, South America, and a couple from Tokyo.
We had visitors that came to see a very specific alpaca. We have Roy the alpaca. He's our Appaloosa Surrey male. Roy broke his leg when he was 18 months old, and David started this thing on our Facebook page, kind of like a blog, but it was on our Facebook page, and he called it Roy's Diary. And he did that because we were tired of answering the phone about what did the doctor say about Roy, and did he eat okay today, and what does his cast look like. our phones rang off the wall. So we thought if we could update the Facebook page, we could update everybody one time and everybody would have all the same information. It went viral. We had no intention of that happening. David wrote that from the alpaca's perspective, kind of on, this is how my day went. He called us the wardens or my captors and wrote it from what David perceived the alpaca's perspective to be. It went completely viral, and this couple somehow got a hold of it in Tokyo, Japan, and started following Roy's diary. You know, what was going on with Roy. They had planned for 2 years to come to visit him. And when they got here, they told us, oh, we followed him for 2 years on Facebook. We loved it. Our family enjoys it. But while we're here, we need to get a FaceTime. We want to FaceTime with our family with Roy in the background. So that's what they did. They had their cameras out. Roy was in the background. They were FaceTiming their family in Tokyo. And
it was like 2 in the morning there.
yeah, it was the time difference. They didn't care because their family knew they were going to be here. So they had to FaceTime with Roy.
The farm continues to grow. Rocking Chair Farms has partnered with Harvest Host to allow people to RV camp on the property. They've partnered with 865 Axe Throwing and Seven Springs Winery for the Not Your Average Farm Tour. And they've got a store full of farm-made goods. But making money is not why they got to it in the first place. All the money they make goes back into the farm to keep caring for these wonderful animals they fell in love with.
It's a lot, but I wouldn't change it because we enjoy what we do. It's work, but it's not the kind of work that you dread doing. We feel privileged to be able to come out in the pastures with them and hang out with them, to be there when the babies are first born and learning to take those steps, to have moms that let us intercede when they don't really know what they're doing, and let us kind of intercede with that they trust us enough. That to us is an honor and a privilege that we can spend time doing that.